Okay, here we go. Intro, take one. Pokemon. Whatever. Alright, take two. How do I even start this? With the release of Pitch Black, the Pokemon TCG has seen a couple new decks. One of the most notable being Mega Excadrill EX. It's a 340 HP Stage 2 Metal Pokemon with 2 attacks. The first attack costing 2 Metal Energy, doing 90 damage, and discarding the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. But that's not all. Its second attack for 3 Metal Energy does 200 damage, and then if it has an extra 2 energy attached, it does a whopping 330, wiping most high HP Pokemon in the format off the board. This may seem like a steep cost, but combined with Metang's Metal Maker ability times the 3, Genesect's Metallic Signal ability to search them all out, you can actually hit high numbers very, very quickly. And you don't even need to sometimes, you can just spam the 90 attack, which is also really cool. The world thought was going to be another mid-mega card that was just going to fill binders, quickly took Japan by storm, and started dominating their local tournaments. It did not play super well at the Japan Championships following its release, nor did it place well at the Indonesia Special Championships, but this can be because of its linearity with a lot of people running its lists. Hi, I'm Tony. I'm a fat chud, and I'm also a Metal Maker enthusiast. And believe it or not, I'm actually in Japan right now. So I've been playing the Pitch Black format for the past 2 weeks or so, and I've been specifically grinding Mega Excadrill EX. Upon the release of Pitch Black on Pokemon TCG Live, there was a lot of dumb decks I wanted to try, but I actually started queuing up this list, and I ended up going on a 10-game win streak, which is pretty cool. And today I'm showcasing what I've come to as the optimal Excadrill 60. Without further ado, let's get to the deck list. Well, this is the 60 that I was talking about. If this is what you came for, then feel free to take a screenshot, or maybe I'll leave the import code in the description. But for those of you that have any questions about the list, I'll probably answer it in a few seconds, because I'm about to go through every single card in the deck and why they're in the deck. So yeah, feel free to stick around, and let's dive into it. Alright, so first things first, let's talk about the main engine of our deck, and that would be our 3-2 Mega Excadrill, our 4-4-2 Metagross line, and then 2 Genesect. So first of all, I already explained what all these cards do in the intro, actually not the Drilbur. So real quick, for anyone that doesn't know, you can't read it because it's Japanese probably, but the Drilbur has an attack call for family, search deck for 2 basic Pokemon, and put them onto your bench for 1 colorless energy. And this is often what we're going to be opening our games with if we go second, which I'm pretty sure is ideal with this list. So having that on our main attacker is actually pretty useful. We only play 3. Some lists play 4, some lists play 2, but I think 3 is a nice middle ground where we start it enough, but we also play enough mobility to where we can get into it if we really need to. And then we only play 2 Mega Excadrill EX, and while it is our main attacker, it's so tanky that it'll usually last more than 1 turn, and so we only really need to put like 1 in play on average in the game. So having 2 in there gives us enough prizing insurance, as well as we can search it immediately with a Genesect, so it's not that much of an issue to have more, to have less than 3. 2 is enough, basically. And then the Beldum, we play 4. This is the one from Temporal Forces. And honestly, like, I've heard debates about this, about which Beldum is optimal. I don't really care, to be honest. I just, like, bigger number is better. The other Beldum does, like, 20 for 2. And, like, I've heard people say, like, oh, that one can, 2-hit KO Badoo. But it's like, if we're doing that, we're going to get stamped and lose anyway, so I don't really care about killing Badoo that much, and I'm like, this Beldum can, pseudo be an attacker in like some niche matchups like Alakazam, where you can kill like an Abra or something with this, right? So I don't know. I don't really have any like crazy preference on it. Just honestly, like, go with the one that you like the artwork of more. And then speaking of artwork, we actually have the pre-release artwork of Metang in America, but they don't have pre-release in Japan, so this was just, I'm pretty sure it's the equivalent of Prismatic Evolutions this came out in. But we played 4 Metang. You have to, like, if you're playing 3 or less, you know, you're trolling. And then we also played 2 Metagross. And this is a little bit, I think, unusual. I think most of us run 1, if I remember right. But I just think we go in with Metagross at least once every game, sometimes more than once. And it's just so, like, broken to have 300 damage on a single prize, which could be buffed up more. So yeah, 2 Metagross, every single... I would just, like, honestly make this a staple. Like, it's just too good, and I would never consider going down to less at this point. Then we have 2 Genesect. I think this is enough. If I wanted more outs of Genesect, I'd first up the Ultra Ball counts, because starting this thing kind of sucks. It's susceptible to Moltres, so be careful. But we do usually want to proc Metallic Signal twice before we go in with an attack. So you're trying to bench this thing turn 1 no matter what. But 2 is like the perfect amount of, like, we only really put 1 play in the game. And so it should be fine. Like, we should be able to find it reasonably consistently. These are the support/tech Pokemon that I run in this deck. The first one, Fez, is pretty standard in pretty much every list I've seen. Flip the Script is just too good of an ability to not play, honestly. And its Cruel Arrow attack is pretty good. I'll talk about that in a second. I also have the Meowth in here, and this is like a very late inclusion. But the thing with Meowth, the reason why I included Meowth is because a lot of, like, Pokegears were kind of failing me and not getting me the supporters that I wanted at the turns that I wanted them. And having this guaranteed supporter, it, like, gets you into games that you weren't going to win anyway, that you weren't going to win if you didn't have Meowth, and it closes out games for you that may have been sketchy if you didn't. I've gone multiple times, late game Meowth for boss, late game Meowth for Petrel for Secret Box, to thin a bunch of cards and an Energy Recycler into, like, you know, double Metal Maker 4 energy. It's just so... And then Meowth for Kieran has happened multiple times as well. Like, yes, it's the biggest 2-prize liability in your deck, so it has less than 200 HP. But you can even use its attack if they're punching into you with, like, a Badu or something, if you really want it off your board. Because Metal Maker can power up any Pokemon. So the 3 energy attack cost isn't that much to hit, even though 60 damage isn't really that much. But yeah, it's a pretty good way to get it off your board. So it's not like that big of a deal. Like, yes, it's lost me games, but if I didn't put a Meowth EX in play, then I was gonna lose the game even harder. So it gives you a fighting chance sometimes when the deck has inherent inconsistency issues. And then the final attacker that you're probably wondering about is this Cramorant illustration rare, because I wanted to in Free Will, but also, like, this is my favorite card in the entire deck. And you probably can't read Japanese, but basically its attack is for 3 colorless. It snipes 120 as opposed to 100 to the bench, but you have to discard all the energy. Which may seem like kind of a big catch, but you can forget that there's 2 energy recyclers in this deck. And it's not usually, like, the Cram is going to die anyway. Most of the time, so it's not that big of a deal that the energy gets discarded. And the reason why I play this Cramorant, and you may have seen it on Twitter, is basically because in my games versus Dragon Ball Blaziken, I would start to snipe with the Cruel Arrow, which is what everybody says. It's a very copium play, if you ask me, but it's what everybody says. You gotta snipe the Torchics with the Fez, right? But Dragon Ball Blaziken's play rare candies, and so it's not very hard for them to go rare candy Dragon Ball or rare candy Blaziken, and then punch into or even kill your Fez. And that's the first 2 prizes of the game gone, as opposed to you taking, like, 1 off a Cruel Arrow. So I didn't like that. And also the thing with the Cruel Arrow play is that your Fez dies, which is, like, like yes, the 2 prizes, but also like it's kind of hard to get back after it dies. And you know, a lot of times you want to be flipping the script like almost immediately after they take a knockout. And so like your Fez going down is kind of annoying. And so my original list, originally I played 2 Fez because I wanted to like not deal with this problem. But then I discovered this Cramorant card, and went back and I played Metal Box in the perfect order format. I had this guy on my list because basically he's kind of better Fez in the early game because he's only giving up 1 prize, and he's not like, he doesn't have any value in the late game basically. So you could kind of like he's a single prize you could shove and also apply like a lot of pressure. And then also some other thing, this is it's very niche, but it's also capable of one-shotting a Blaziken as well because it's a water type, so it hits it for weakness. And then we play 3 damage modifiers, of which if we apply 2 to Cramorant, then it one-shots a Blaziken, which we could get all of them off Secret Box. So basically Cramorant plus Secret Box equals a Blaziken KO. If they get aggressive and like kill my only Drilbur play, which happened in one of these games in Japan, then we can go Secret Box and get 3 energy on Cramorant, and then Brave Bangle plus Kieran or Brave Bangle plus Gravity Mountain, and like one-shot their Blaziken for 360 to punish like an aggressive Blaziken play. So for all these reasons, I think Cramorant is like far and away the best single prizer in this deck. I've seen other people play like Heatran, Dialga. I think those are okay, but well, I don't like the Dialga like at all. I've never gotten that card, but the Heatran's like fine. But I think the Cramorant is just kind of better in every way. Well, not in every way, but I think the Cramorant's like the best single prizer because it gives us the best chance of the Blaziken, and it's just kind of good. It's like better Fez for the application of Fez. So that's kind of my rant about the Cram. Yeah, those are my 3 tech Pokemon options. Next up are the supporters. There's 4 Lillie, 3 Boss, 2 Petrel, and 1 Kieran. And I think the biggest standout is the lack of Petrel in this list. But my theory was that basically Petrel, like after you play your Secret Box, the Petrel card like really falls off, and I'd kind of rather be playing a Lillie or a Boss, or like a Kieran, or like pretty much anything else. Like I play like 1 Petrel, maybe 2 per game, and so I just didn't think I needed 4 Petrel. Like I'd rather play other cards like Meowth basically, and more like Ultra Balls and Poffins in order to like set up, as opposed to having like these Petrels clogging my hand that like, yeah, they search out a Poffin, but like when they could be like something else, it's kind of like I'd rather Poffin and Lillie than Petrel or Poffin, you know? That's the theory behind 2 Petrels. And then 4 Lillie is just, you know, it's the best support in the game. Boss is the second best support in the game. And I find that we want to be gusting like a lot, like to finish out games in the early game, to like Boss, like a Cloak and Undermine. I think that the Boss is just like, it's like a card that I always want to see in my hand as like an option. So I would, you know, even consider a 4th Boss, but I think 3 is like definitely mandatory. And then the one of Kieran, 1 is definitely, it felt like kind of sketchy before Meowth, but with Meowth, the Kieran's like very like 1 is plenty. I only need to be playing 1 per game. Be careful when discarding it early because it is also mobility. So like even if it's a matchup where you might not need the modifier, for your Metagross to hit 330, or for your your Cram to kill a Blaziken, just keep it in mind that it's also like your mobility. So if they try to like, because a lot of times games will like some weird matchups will end up in resource wars, and this card's really good to have around. But yeah, these are the supporters. I probably wouldn't change any of these. So up next are the items. First of all, we have 3 Buddy Poffin. And it's a little weird to be running 3 Poffin, I think, and 3 Ultra Ball, but I think the Poké Pad's kind of wide. And so we kind of jump to the Poké Pad. It's definitely the weakest card in the entire deck, if I had to guess right now. But the idea behind the Poké Pad is that you can't search out the Cram with Buddy Poffin, and like using a Secret Box for an Ultra Ball to find Cramorant feels super weak as well. So I wanted a way for Secret Box or Petrel to find an easy way to get to Cram. And it also doubles as a half Poffin and a pseudo Ultra Ball as well. So I don't really think it's that good, though I haven't used it in the way that it's intended to be used yet. And so I could definitely see myself just cutting it for a 4th Poffin or a 4th Ultra Ball. I don't know which one's better, it's probably a Poffin. I definitely see myself cutting it for one of those in the future. So that's my search count. I think 7's probably the correct number. You definitely don't need 8. Especially just how consistent the deck is, and Call for Family being a thing. And then the next items are like a little weird counts. First of all, I have double Energy Recycler in this deck, and I just think the card's like so insane. And I feel like I want to play Energy Recycler every single game, you know, and if I play it twice, then, you know, we're not losing. Just because, especially with the Cramorant, we can be discarding a lot of energy early, retreat costs, and just be able to throw 5 of them back in the deck and just be like, I'm going to increase my Metang odds by that much more. It's like, it just feels way too broken not to include 2. It's like, I always want an Energy Recycler in my hand in the mid to late game, and so you know, instead of playing 1, why not play 2? You know, and like cut the energy count by 1. Like why wouldn't you rather play 14 energy and 1 recycler than why would you play that over 13 energy and 2 recyclers? You know, I think like at a certain point, like when we get to 12 and 3, we kind of draw the line. Like we don't need that much recovery. But I think the 2 is definitely the sweet spot, and I can never see myself really going below 2. The next card I feel a little bit less about, Jumbo Ice Cream. Like, this card's okay. It's only really comes up in the Dragon Ball matchup, unless you play both, which is why there's 2 in here. But I also think, like, on the other hand, the Dragon Ball matchup's probably the most important to be winning, because if we're not beating Dragon Ball, what's the point in playing the deck? And so there's 2 in here just so we have it more, so like we can use our Petrels for something else, or we can Lillie and have like increased odds of drawing an Ice Cream. And I've never whiffed an Ice Cream on a turn that I wanted it, so it's fine so far. And then the Special Red Card is the newest inclusion. My philosophy is probably bad, but my philosophy when building decks is like start without the red card, and then when we need the red card, start adding it back in. And I think it's mostly because I play a lot of aggro decks, like I've been on Sarah Ledge a lot recently, and so like decks like that like don't need special red card. You know, you're trying to like stay ahead in the prize lead and just maintain it. So why bother playing Disruption? Beedrill was another one that I was strongly against special red card on. There's just a lot of points in the games with Mega Excadrill that I think like a special red card would be like super good here. You know, I have like a spare Petrel in my hand, no other supporter, and all of my item cards are kind of weak, so I can have the Petrel for boss. But if I can Petrel for special red card, then my position could be a lot more advantageous if we like fall behind a little bit. It's also nice because Excadrill is worth 3 prizes, so if they like surprise KO it out of nowhere, then I can kind of like set them back a few turns and buy enough time to get back into the game. So I think the special red card is pretty good. I've tested like probably like 10 or so games with it, and it's come up a little bit, so it's definitely going to stay for a bit. And then our ace spec, of course, is the one and only Secret Box, and there's just really like not a case against this card for me right now. And like the only card I would consider over this is like Hero's Cape, but the deck's just too inconsistent for me if you play a Hero's Cape. Like playing Petrel for Hero's Cape just feels like so weak for me that it's just not worth the inclusion. We can beat Dragon Ball Blaziken other ways, and that's like the only real matchup it's for is like Dragon Ball. And like, yeah, it puts you out of range for other stuff, but we're kind of beating everything else anyway. So I just think like Secret Box is just the king of consistency. It's just so good. There's a lot of points where maybe it's like a little bit difficult to discard cards from our hand, but it's just like being able to find all our combo pieces, because I have a few tech cards in here, you know, being able to find all the combo pieces that we need for a turn, or like just being able to thin cards at the late game is insanely good. It's just good at all stages of the game. You've probably heard this. It's good at all stages of the game, whereas its opposition, Trolley, is just like, I'm a big Trolley card. I'm a big Trolley fan too. Just not in this deck. Like, the Petrel for Trolley engine is like pretty good, but you get counterpit second, you don't play the game. Itchy Pollen, blah blah blah. The only way you can play Trolley is probably with Drilbur, or 4 Drilburs. And the only way I'd see a case for Trolley is because it opens up a lot of space in your deck, but I think we're kind of fine the way we are right now. So that's probably like the reason. Like, Secret Box is just like too good to not play, if you ask me. When I played Heroes Cape with Excadrill was grinding Dragon Ball games, like half the time it wouldn't even come up because I couldn't find it on the turn that I needed it. And then bam, my Excadrill's dead. So that's my thought process with the Secret. I think like it's like, if you're not playing Secret Box, you're probably trolling, if you ask me. It's just that good. It's just insane. And then finally, we're just gonna kind of bundle up all the other cards left in the deck in one segment. So we have the tools, stadiums, and energy here. So for the tools, we have twofold. We have one Air Balloon and one Brave Bangle. I think an Air Balloon is probably necessary in this deck. Prizing it kind of sucks. Having like a free retreat, not having to burn energies, even though we do have like a lot of energy acceleration, not having to burn energies to like pivot is just too good to not dedicate a slot to. Then we have Brave Bangle, and this card is, it used to be a second Gravity Mountain, but I've decided that Bangle is better because it stacks with Gravity Mountain, and we can grab both of them off Secret Box. So we can get an effective 60 damage on a Metagross or Cramorant with Brave Bangle. And the Cramorant line's another reason to play the Brave Bangle over a second Gravity Mountain. I've been really enjoying the card, to be honest, more than I thought I would. The more I play the card, the more applications I find. So it's just a pretty sick inclusion, if you ask me, so far. Then we got the Gravity Mountain on the right. That's for, you know, same reason as the Brave Bangle. It's the damage bond for Metagross, for Cramorant, even for our Excadrill to hit like 360 HP guys, like the Mega Ninja or something for Doc. The card's like pretty solid. And then finally, this card, you may not know what this card is, and I wouldn't blame you. It's a Community Center from Twilight Masquerade. And basically what it does is if we played a supporter on our turn, we can heal 10 from each of our guys. And you may be wondering why. Like, this seems like way too, like, you know, 10 damage, like that's barely anything. But if you think about it further, it makes more sense. And hear me out. So imagine you go first or second or whatever, and you lead your Drilbur, and then they go Itchy Pollen. Your Drilbur takes 20 damage because of weakness. Then you evolve into Mega Excadrill and then do whatever, and then they go Phantom Dive into your Excadrill. It now has 220 damage on it. And then you go Jumbo Ice Cream, heal the 80 damage off that, and it sets it to 140, which is just enough for Dragapult to Phantom Dive KO it. Basically what this Community Center is that it's a third healing card that you can search off Secret Box along with Jumbo Ice Cream, and it puts Mega Excadrill just out of Phantom Dive range without them having Monkey Dory and Risky Ruin, which is a pretty specific combo to have. And it also, because a very common line Dragapults will go for is they'll put 40 on a Metang and 20 on Genesect. If we put the Community Center in play, then we can heal that residual damage and kind of mess up their math. And sometimes it may not matter because of Meowth, but it's still better to have in there than not. This card is like, it's been useful, specifically in Dragon Ball. And then we have 13 Metal Energy. I would love to be playing more, but unfortunately there's just kind of not the space, which is like kind of, you know, again, the case for Trolley is that you can fit more stuff in there. But I would rather have more energy recyclers than having a 14th energy, you know? It's just like, I'd rather have that a little bit of late game power. So 13 energy, like, it works fine. The lowest you could possibly go is 12, and that's like really sketchy. The sweet spot is probably like 14, that's like average. And then anything above that is like, you know, feels good to overkill range. But now this has been fine. So we're rolling with 13 energy. It may change in the future, it probably won't, honestly. And yeah. And finally, I'm going to go over some of the cards that you might have noticed are absent from my list. And I think the two major ones, and let me know if there's anyone that you noticed that I didn't, are Pokegear and Night Stretcher. And just to go over Pokegear first very briefly, basically, me playing Meowth EX, it kind of lets me cut these. I don't really like Pokegears that much in this deck, because we play so little supporters, that I find myself like whiffing the one that I want off the Pokegear often. I'd rather just have like a Meowth EX, and more outs than Meowth EX at this point over Pokegears. It's just not necessary. And then the other card is Night Stretcher. Now this is probably the bigger one, and it might be controversial, but I think Night Stretcher is pretty weak in this deck overall. Like the only way I would use a Night Stretcher is to either recycle like a Metang after I have to Ultra Ball it away because my hand kind of like sucks to play an Ultra Ball for, or to grab an energy. If I'm gonna grab an energy, I'd rather just play more energy recyclers. And then if then the whole Metang situation is just kind of like, you know, sucks to suck, and I'm willing to, you know, deal with that when it happens. But it's not enough for me to want to put this Night Stretcher in here. And I'd rather just play more outs to like my attackers anyway, because we never reuse an Excadrill. Like it just feels like there's no need for a Night Stretcher. I tried cutting it like a while ago, and I just have not really missed it. So yeah, no Night Stretcher in this list. Oh, and then there's one more card. I don't have a physical copy with me. But Philippe, the supporter, I've seen pop up in some lists, and honestly, it's probably like the 62nd card, but I can't justify it over playing a second energy recycler. The second recycler is just so broken that I just can't put a Philippe in there. The space is just a little bit too tight. If I were to convert this into a trolley build, it might have a Philippe or two in there. But yeah, those are all the cards that are probably lacking from my list that you see from other lists, and yeah, that's kind of why I don't play them. So yeah, that's about all I got for today. I just kind of wanted to show off this list because I'm very happy with it. It took a lot of like testing to kind of come to this conclusion, but I think I'm very, very close to getting like the perfect 60. Which is kind of crazy because this format hasn't even started in America, but I'm having a very good time. Not a lot of complaints about this list, so let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see regarding Mega Excadrill EX. If there's any questions you have, sorry if I sound congested. It's because I kind of am. I've been had this little cold for like 3 weeks or so now. It's been kind of a pain in the butt. So yeah, I appreciate you guys for your attention, and you know, like and subscribe and whatever. And yeah, until then, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.